as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. On the move to his left. That one caught downfield by Watson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Love, they go play action now. They'll roll him out right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
On play action, Love to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Tucker Kraft, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Matt LaFleur, he tells the offense, stay out there, go for two. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. So they went for two and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
"31 yards on the punt there, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
2nd and 10. Now Love. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Love. Same target. It's Jacobs again. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Doubs 42 yards. And the Packers are able to add on to that lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Third and 9 here. Darnold now to throw. And that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives, and it looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Love now. Able to find his man, Kraft. And it's a Packers touchdown. Tucker Kraft, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this is caught out in the left flat. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Vikings. Aaron Jones, 41 yards. And the Vikings get a bit closer.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Kevin O'Connell choosing to leave his guys out there, and they'll go for 2. They're going to throw for the 2 with Darnold. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a and the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In the case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
It's a run with Akers. And he will get into the end zone to cut the deficit down to 4. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Up deep, trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A bit more of a somber tone here as they take the field after throwing that pick 6. But Charles, they're still in the driver's seat.
You're right about that, and let's face it, when you throw a pick 6, it's demoralizing. But when you look up at the scoreboard and realize you still have the lead, you kind of put that wry smile on your face and say, okay, let's just shake it off and start over again.
He'll buy some time right. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Play action this time with Love. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to the running game with Jacobs. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Play fake. Here's Love, rolling to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick 6. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
Love going to stay out there. They'll take a chance on 4th down. On play action, they'll throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now 2nd and 5. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. From the 50, it's Darnold. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. Once more, it's the fullback Ham. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Here's Jones again on second down. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
On first down, it's Darnold. Packer pressure, and down he goes. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. And here we go on 4th. Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10.
An inside give to Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Wilson.
And the Packers are going to take over here up near the 40. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
Second and 5.
Off the play fake, Love. Sliding out of the pocket.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Jacobs.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Love looking to throw it. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Now a 2nd and 10. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. To pass, here's Jordan Love. They'll roll him out right. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here's Love.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers.
From 19 yards away.
And the Packers are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fighting his way through contact.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for the 1st downs, really making a push for the end zone and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on 3rd down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a 1st down.
Oh, Darnold loses it.
And the Packers pick it up.
Now he breaks free in the middle of the field.
And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for two.
Love throwing for it.
Being chased out left. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you, as they'll be backed up to start this drive.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Here's Darnold.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Darnold completes it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Eric Wilson
in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
I know nowadays they give a lot of guys different things when they get to the sidelines after creating a big play, but just throw a cape on this guy because he single-handedly ended multiple drives. Interception earlier, sack on 3rd down. Really should have a better game plan and stop right to continue.
And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
Touchdown! Christian Watson with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Packers up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Love throwing for it. Dancing to his left. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. And the touchdown apparently not enough. They want more, an onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Darnold, he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing. Love. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
A 2nd down throw for Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And it's caught inside the 5. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Darnold. That's caught by Munn. So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Darnold. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
One last throw now for Darnold. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Good clean play, no flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in.